What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full Togepi evolution team. Chegosaurus, this one is for you. So we got Togepi, Togetic, and Togekiss. I'll be using 6 Pokemon on this team, the normals and the shinies to make up a team of 6, and all of different movesets, of course. Now, I actually prefer the normal over the shinies for the Togepi evolution line. They don't really change too much. If you want to try and custom theme team or Pokemon sweep, you can check it out at patreon.com/pipnight, tier 2 and above, link in the description of the video. We got 2 battles today. The first battle, this one is against Chris, and this is in the Union Room. Feels weird saying the Union Room instead of the Lycon, right? First Pokemon is going to be Steelix, which is, a pretty dang good counter for this team. Now, out of all 6 Pokemon, I've got one really decent sort of set, but the rest are sort of average, which made it pretty fun to use. Now, Steelix is going to be setting up Stealth Rock there, which is going to be a bit of a pain. All my Pokemon, especially, Togekiss and Togetic are not going to like that too much. So I'm going to give that Snake a big smooch there, and it's going to be confused. I'm hoping it'll hit itself in confusion. Now, this Togepi set is a Psycho Shift Toxicor, but I can't do a lot with it because Steelix is a Steel type, so I'm going to actually leave that for later on, and I might be able to shift that Toxic status to another Pokemon. Bring in my Togetic now. I'm just having a look what set this... this is my Super Luck set. Now, the Steelix is going to be throwing up the Sandstorm here. I've got a Super Luck Togetic with the item Scope Lens. We've got Dazzling Gleam, Fire Blast, Grass Knot, and Future Side. So I thought, well, I've got Fire Blast up. That should do some really good damage to the Steelix. And let's give it a go. Hopefully I'll get a critical hit. So Fire Blast is going to land hits very, very hard and put Steelix all the way down to its 30. So that was amazing. Now, Steelix is going to be confused at this point. I was hoping it didn't get a Steel type move off. It's going to go for a Stone Edge instead, and that's going to do the same result. So that's the end of Togetic, unfortunately. So I was very, very sad. I was hoping I could get some more action out of that sweeping Togetic, but it's still doing pretty good. I took it down to 1 health. Bring in my next Togetic here. This is actually a Metronome set. I'm going to take some damage from the Stealth Rock there too. So I've got Metronome and Roost. That's all I got on this set. The EV spread was max speed and max special attack. So outspeeding the Steelix, not that it really took too much, right? Waggling my finger and getting Dragon Dance. Oh no, it doesn't get it. It didn't even get like a physical or special move. Not even a weak one. I only need like something basic. So boosting its speed, I guess that's not all that bad, but if Stone Edge hits me, I am also going to be a goner. Steelix actually hits itself for confusion and takes itself out. That was very, very lucky there. So I guess at the price of that, I got a +1 in speed. I mean, attack would be okay too, but I don't, unless I get an attacking move, it'll be all right. You never know with, with Metronome, right? So next Pokemon we got here is Luxray, another good counter to this team. It's going to drop my attack. That's got rid of my attack boost there. Not that I was hoping to get, a physical move. So now Luxray's going to go for a Volt Switch, and Volt Switch is going to end my Togetic, unfortunately. So bye-bye, Togetic. That's a shame. I've lost 2 Togetics now. Once again, the problem with this team, I would have loved to have Everlight on here, but I don't, so they're not as bulky as they probably would be. Gengar is the next Pokemon. Once again, another actually quite a good suited Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at it, like, Steelix is good against this team. Luxray is good, and so is Gengar, so all good typing. So I'm going to be bringing in my, I think this is my physical Togekiss. Yeah, oh no, this is my special one. So this is probably the best set I've got on my team. I've got a Serene Grace, Extra Sentry, Air Slash, Ancient Power Togetic. Now, I was hoping to get a flinch there, but it never happened, and then Gengar lands a Hypnosis on me, and my Togetic is going to be put to sleep. So, Togekiss, not Togekiss. I'm getting my Togies mixed up, I guess you could say. So, Gengar, I was thinking, well, it's probably going to use a Poison-type move, and that's going to really hit me hard. I might be able to live because I got decent bulk, but it's going to turn around and use Dream Eater instead. So, Gengar is going to be not hitting me as hard, but it's going to be healing itself off from the Extra Sentry. Depending on whether I stay asleep or not, this Gengar could cause me a fair bit of trouble. So, I've got the item as Citrus Berry, and I've got max speed and max special attack. Very similar to the couple of other Togetics I had before. I'm actually going to wake up this turn and get a Extra Sentry off, and that's going to be enough to take out Gasper the Ghastly. The Gengar, sorry, not Gasper the Ghastly. I actually had a Ghastly called Gasper. That's where I thought of that from. I guess it was a Ghastly event like at the start. So next Pokemon we got is the Luxray. Luxray we know has got Volt Switch already. Can I take it out in one shot? No. I'm going to need to get very lucky. So I'm either going to need to get a Flinch on Extra Sentry, a Ancient Power boost of Serene Grace or a Water Pulse Confusion. I opted to go for the Ancient Power here, hope for a boost. Ancient Power obviously did nothing. I didn't get a boost, and instead of attacking me this time, the Luxray is going to go for a status move being Thunder Wave. So now Togekiss has lost all its speed advantage. And now Luxray can simply go for a Volt Switch. And I mean, I could swap out here, but I mean, the best I can go into is like Togepi, and that's not going to take it very well. And it doesn't. It actually goes to Spark. I lived on 2 health here, and I managed to get a Water Pulse off. So it's a mixed Luxray. So Thunder Wave, Volt Switch, and Spark. So 3 electric moves. Like, wow, that's a lot of electric coverage. So I've got a Confusion, which is really lucky on Luxray, and I've got some decent damage with Water Pulse. So I just went for Water Pulse again. I was hoping it would hit itself in Confusion. That'd be really lucky if it would. Unfortunately, it's going to go for Volt Switch, and not only is going to get around that, that Confusion, it's going to take my Togekiss out at the same time. So bye-bye Togekiss, but it's okay. I've got 2 Togepi and 1 more Togekiss left. The other Togekiss, I probably like that set the best. So next Pokemon is going to be Infernape. So I'm not really too scared of Infernape. I was thinking if it actually has any like moves that would be super effective against me. I'd say it'd be mostly neutral moves. So this Togepi. This is a Nasty Plot Baton Pass Reflect and Light Screen set with Light Clay. So I've got this as max health and max special defense, and I lived the flames, so pretty impressive. And now I'm going to set the Reflect up. So I've got Reflect up. I'm not going to live the next turn, but the Infernape uses Fire Spin. So it's some sort of crazy, like, trapping Infernape set. And this time the second Fire Spin is going to take me out. But I did get Light Screen up, so that's not all that bad. So Togepi probably did the best job he could do there. It's very hard to run those sort of sets without an Everlight. No, then again, I did have, the Light Clay, but I probably would have put Everlight on that one if I wanted to set the screens up. With a Togepi, of course. So I'm going to bring in my Psycho Shift set here. I wanted to get the Toxic Orb off on the Infernape. It's going to go for a Fire Spin there, which is a good move because it's actually going to stack with the toxic damage to myself. And then they'll probably just use Flamethrower or something like that. So putting on the Toxic status on the Infernape now, it's going to be badly poisoned, which is good. Even if Togepi can't take this out, which, most definitely won't be able to, I can sort of weaken that for my next Pokemon, which is my Togekiss. At the moment, things are not looking good because I've only taken out a Gengar and a Steelix. So I've still got 4 Pokemon to actually contend with here. Now, Infernape's going to go for a Flamethrower here, and that does pretty good damage to Togepi. I managed to live, which is nice, and here comes a Facade. Facade actually doesn't do too bad a damage to Infernape, so I was, pretty happy with that one. So Togepi is going to go down to the next turn to Toxic or whatever. The Fire Spin's going to take me out. Didn't even get to the next turn, so bye-bye Togepi. Now, I've got the Reflect and Light screen up, and I can actually start setting up workups with my physical Togekiss with Hustle. So I want to run all the abilities. As you know, if you've never seen one of these before, I like to run every single ability I can in a singles battle. So Drain Punch, Extreme Speed, Aerial Ace, and Work Up. And Extreme Speed is actually a throwback to when Togekiss was a normal type too. I wish it still had normal type Extreme Speed with Hustle. It's pretty fun. So using Work Up here, that's boosting my attack and special attack. Infernape's going to go for a Flamethrower. This really doesn't do a lot of damage to me. It did nothing, absolutely nothing. So I could use... If I don't get crit, I can actually probably use another 2 workups here. I'm going to go for another one because, Togekiss with max speed and max attack, its attack stat is terrible. So even with Hustle, it's kind of bad. So I'm going to make sure I get at least 2. Now Infernape's going to go for a Close Combat. I'm going to resist that. It does less than Flamethrower. Obviously, they're just trying to see if they can do more damage there on the physical or special side. But both Flamethrower and Close Combat were going to be doing very little damage in case... I probably would have gone for Fire Spin because that probably would have done more damage over time. So we've got another workup here. I've got 3 workups on Togekiss right now, and Infernape is going to die to the Toxic this turn. And, as you can see, the Fire Spin didn't quite do as much as Flamethrower, but the after effects of the battle, it sort of equals it or does a little bit more. So bye-bye Infernape. I've still got 3 more Pokemon to deal with here. So Reflect is now gone. Next Pokemon is going to be the Gardevoir. Now, unless this Gardevoir is running a physical set, I think I'm going to be okay, at least for physical moves. So I've got Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is quite good on the physical set because that means it's never going to miss with Hustle. And it's really, really good. It's like it's bread and butter for a physical set. And down goes Gardevoir. Gardevoir's defense is nowhere near as good as special either, unless they're running some crazy tanky set. And they win. So next Pokemon to come out is going to be Luxray. Luxray is going to have Intimidate. That's going to drop my attack stat there. Now, I can't... Oh, I mean, I could use Aerial Ace, but I don't think it's going to take it out. I've either got Drain Punch or Extreme Speed to use. This could be quite a fast Luxray, so I went for Extreme Speed, and I just took it out there. So I feel like both of those moves would have probably dropped it, but... there was a bit of a risk using those because Drain Punch and Extreme Speed can miss. Last Pokemon is going to be Gyarados, and they're going to drop my attack again. Like, lots of 2 Intimidate Pokemon here, which is a bit of a shame. So I've only got +1 in attack now. My best bet would be to go for Aerial Ace here. I think it's going to be about a 2 to 3 hit KO. So go for Aerial Ace, and it does over half health. Like, great, that's awesome. Gyarados is going to pop a Waterfall here, and Togekiss is not going to be able to live that one. If I had the Reflect still up, I probably would have lived that. But a very, very close battle in the end there. The physical Togekiss really coming in clutch at the end. Very, very close right there. Let's get on to battle number 2. This is quite an interesting battle. This is a battle against Dark, and we got a Macargo lead. Now, if you enjoyed the theme teams, people, please drop a like on the video too. Thank you to everyone that's been doing that. Really appreciate it. I'll give you a couple of updates throughout this video, what's going to go on for this week in terms of uploads. So we got a sweet kiss on Macargo. Imagine kissing Macargo. That'd be burning your lips, right? Macargo's going to go for a guard swap there, so that's kind of interesting. So... I mean, I'd say it would have got a lot more bulk than what the Macargo would have got. Now Macargo's going to be swapping out here. Obviously, doesn't want to be confused. And we've got the Paris coming in. So it's not often you actually get to see a Paris in a Pokemon battle. I mean, we haven't had these in the main games for a long time, right? So going for the Psycho Shift, and that is going to have the Toxic effect on the Paris now. Now, I like this set because you can spread the Toxic and you can go for Facade. Not that Facade does much, but it's mainly about the spreading a status move because a lot of Pokemon don't actually get that. I did think about going for like a Psycho Shift Rest set, but I decided to go for a more offensive one. It worked better with Facade. So Paris is going to have Aromatherapy and heal up the poisons. I was like, man, that's a good counter. And Paris also has Leftovers too. Leftovers Paris people only on Pipnut Chump. So anyway, at this stage, I'm thinking, well, there's not a lot of point actually using Psycho Shift again on Paris because it can simply just heal that status off again, and it'll be a stalemate for a long time. So how about I use Sweet Kiss on Paris, kiss this little mushroom, and then go for Facade. Now, Paris is going to hit itself in Confusion, which is good, and I can simply go for Facade and probably try and take it. I believe that Facade will probably be... Paris isn't really that bulky, and there's no Everlight in the game, as you know. So unless they're running something crazy like Max Health or Max Defense, it's going to do a lot, and it did do a lot. So beautiful. Paris is going to snap out of Confusion and go for Giga Drain. Giga Drain isn't going to do that much damage to my Togepi. I am running... this is the Max Health one. So I was running Max Health and Max Attack, Adamant Nature on this Togepi. I don't want to try and get as much damage from Facade as I possibly could. I just miss it. I kind of miss it being a normal type, just being solo fairy. I wish it I wish it could sort of kept the normal fairy, And then when Togetic came out, all right, then you could give it, fairy and flying then. But I don't know, I wish it sort of kept the normal typing, but that's it is what it is, right? Next Pokemon to come out here, I took out the Paris, is going to be Toxic Drugs. Like, oh, this is quite a good Pokemon against my team. It's got a good type advantage at least, so, I wonder what sort of set it's going to be. So first move Toxicroak uses is not going to be attacking move, it's going to be Rain Dance. So that straight away tells me that it probably most definitely has Dry Skin. Now this is also a theme team too, my opponent's one. Can you guess what the opponent's theme team is? Drop it below in the comment section. I want to see if you can guess it. I'll give you a little clue. Just pay attention to... how do I say this? I don't know how to say this without giving it away. Pay attention to... Actually, no, this shouldn't give it away too much. Pay attention to what Pokemon types are being used. That's all I'll say right there. That's probably a massive hint already, but yeah, we'll just see if you can get it. So next Pokemon to come in is going to be Sneasel. The Toxicroak swapped out, so they've got some sort of interesting set there. I'm not really sure. Now I'm going to bring in my Togetic. This is a Metrodome set, and I'm going to get Energy Ball, which is actually quite good because, its special attack's quite good. Sneasel isn't what you call bulky. Sneasel is going to be a special Sneasel, which is not going to do a lot of damage. That's a difficult set to run because it's not going to be doing heaps and heaps of damage. Now, Togetic is going to go for a bounce and is going to bounce high in the sky. Now, I used Metronome for a couple of turns here. So, you know, the Sneasel really couldn't do a lot of damage. I think maybe if it had a special ice move, that would have done a bit more, but, you know, clearly it didn't. So this is quite funny. So Macargo's going to come back in the rain, Macargo in the rain, and I'm going to go for Bounce. Bounce does nothing, obviously, because it's not very effective, but I do get a Paralyze, which is quite cool. I'm actually just going to have a look at the ability I gave this. Oh, I had Serene Grace on this, so that actually boosted the chances of the paralysis on the bounce happening. Now, Togetic is going to get the Cotton Guard, which is going to give it a drastic boost in defense, which is +3. So, man, any physical moves are going to find it really, really tough to get through. So go for another Metronome here, and I'm going to go for Mist. So things are getting a little bit, you know, misty on the field here. I was actually hoping for a Water-type move. Now, Macargo really doesn't have any other moves, attacking moves. It seems some Flamethrower, and Flamethrower in the rain is going to be doing nothing. It's got Quick Claw as its item, then it gets Paralyzed. So I'm like, okay, I want to do some damage to this before, you know, the rain stops, because, you know, Flamethrower is going to hit me a lot harder. And then, right, Togetic goes for a Soak. It turns the Macargo as the Water typing to the Macargo, which is quite funny because, you know, it's 4 times weak to water. So I'm going to go for another Metronome here, and now I'm going to get Quiver Dance, boosting my special attack, special defense, and speed. So this Togetic, you know, it's looking like it's sweeping, you know what I mean? Also, speaking of Metronome, I do have a new Metronome team lined up. I'm hoping to get that one out to either... Let's see the day today. I think I'm going to upload this on a Saturday, Australian time, or something like that. So I'd say hoping for Sunday or Monday for the new Metronome team. I'm going to pop a Horde Drill on the Macargo, and it's going to be going down there. So poor Macargo. Macargo actually gets a Flame Body, which is quite nice. That's at least going to do a bit of damage to my Togetic, because it's in a very, very powerful position at the moment. Unless I use Explosion or something like that, or Memento, or Healing Wish, right? Next Pokemon is going to be the Delibird here. So some really cool Pokemon. We have Macargo, Paris, Sneasel, and Delibird. And I'm going to get Metronome Soak again. That's a very, very lucky chance of rolling that move so close to the other one. I don't know what the chances are, but Delibird's going to go for a... that was a bounce too. Oh, no, sorry, it was a fly. It was bounce and fly. Same thing, really, except the, bounce has got that paralysis chance. I chose this moment to go for a Roost here because I wanted to Roost back my health. I was seriously trying to get a Togetic sweep with Metronome only. The only problem was Metronome was sort of running out of PP. So the fly's not going to do a lot of damage to my Togetic because I've got +3 in defense there. So that would have done like a lot if I didn't have that. Now I'm going to go for a Facade. So that's actually going to get boosted by the Flame Orb, and it's going to ignore the, the attack drop there. And I do half damage to the Delibird, which is really cool. Delibird's going to have a Citrus Berry as its item, so it's going to get a little bit of healing back there. Delibird is going to have a Present. So Present does some pretty good damage to me there, considering +3. I think they would have hit me. I don't think they would have hit me with the hardest one. I think that was actually the middle base power Present. And now Togetic is going to get Gastro Acid. So I've got to say, judging on their set, that would have been a Hustle Delibird. So now their physical moves should do a lot less. And they do, because that should have done way more when you compare it to the flyer damage, because they're fairly similar in base power. Now Togetic is going to be going for a Disable. So that's going to disable... the Drill Peck on Delibird. So now it's only stuck using Fly and Present. So not much moves to use there. It sort of reminds me of my Delibird sweep that I did a little bit before Christmas. If you didn't get to see that, I use Present only. So go for another Metronome here. I thought I'd just keep going for Metronome. I got Torment. So Disable on Torment is actually quite a mean combination. That means with a Torment that the same move can't be used twice in a row. So Togetic is down to its last 7 health here. This was really funny. So Delibird swaps out. Obviously, it can't touch me at the moment, waiting for me to faint. And the Sneasel's going to come in. So I was like, this would be great if I could get a nice special move, maybe to finish off the Sneasel. And I got Moonblast. Oh, wow, that was so lucky. And that is going to hurt because I was at +1 in special attack and max special attack as well. So Sneasel got sent to the moon. So bye-bye Sneasel. So there's the Toxicroak left, which we don't really know. We know it's sort of some sort of interesting set with Rain Dance so far. So that's the end of my Togetic. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be Gligar. So Gligar, if it's got any Rock-type moves, might cause me a little bit of problems. So I've got my Togetic. It's got to have Guillotine. So it's like, oh, don't you dare. So I'm going to go for Future Sight here. And Gliga's Future hopefully won't be too bright after it lands. Now I'm going to swap out my Togetic. I want that Future Sight to land. And I'm going to swap in my Togepi. Because I thought it'd be a good chance to actually maybe set some screens up here. And, Togepi obviously doesn't have any, offensive moves at all. So I thought, well, with Future Sight in the field, at least it'll do some damage, right? So we got the Gliga swapping out and Delibird swapping in this time. I'm going to set the light screen up there. I would have liked to set up the Reflect, but it's fine. And now the Future Sight is going to be hitting the Delibird, and Delibird is not going to be living that one. So bye-bye Delibird. That actually hit really, really hard. Pretty nice move to use there for Poison type too, for coverage for Togetic. Next Pokemon is Toxicroak. It's going to use Attract. What is this Toxicroak set? So it's got Rain Dance and Attract so far, which is interesting. I wonder what other moves that it has. So I'm going to get Immobilized by Love, and the Rain Dance is going to get reset up by the Toxicroak. So Toxicroak is going to be able to heal itself with Dry Skin. So like, okay, this set was actually kind of nice. Super Ton pass a Nasty Plot, maybe off onto, I was looking at maybe passing it to my Metro one or my Scope Lens Togetic. That's normally what I did. I didn't really need it on the Togekiss. So swapping that out and going into my Togetic again, we got Rock Climb as a move. Oh, I see what this set is. So I understand what this is. So I'd say this is a bulky Toxicroak, and what the Toxicroak does, right, it infatuates you, and then it uses Rock Climb to try and confuse you. So it's got Confusion and the Infatuation at the same time, and it's got Rock Tune too to drop its speed. So if it comes across a speedy opponent, it can use that and trap it in, and Dry Skin heals it up too. So quite an evil Toxicroak strategy there. Very, very nice, running something different instead of just the generic Toxicroak sets. So Toxicroak is going to go for a Rock Climb here. The Rock Climb glitch, of course, is still in the game. Better fix all the fun glitches in the game, but not Rock Climb. And we got some more health recovery on Toxicroak. So that's the end of my second Togetic, and that's going to go down to another move there, which is cool. So, oh wait, that was the Future Sight. I got another Future Sight off, I believe. So last Pokemon on my opponent's team is going to be Gliga. I've got my... this is my physical Togekiss. Now, it's going to get outsped here and hit by Guillotine. Guillotine still looks really awesome. And yep, that's the end of my Togekiss. So bye-bye. So I've got one more Pokemon that actually can attack, because I can't swap Togepi and it can't do anything. So this Togekiss actually has to take it out. I've got Water Pulse on this set. The rain is up, so there's no way this is going to live unless it's got a Sash, and it doesn't have a Sash. And that, my friends, is the second battle. Hope you enjoyed the Togepi Evolution team. I'll be back with another upload hopefully tomorrow. All right, people. Peace out.